Mike Pence went to the Mayo Clinic today. He broke their rule, refused to wear the mask. Everyone else there is wearing a mask. The people who work there, the other politicians local politicians who were with him, including the governor. We've all seen politicians visit hard hat sites and put on the hard hat when necessary, do different things. Donald Trump's very fond of wearing his red hats in different places. What was your reaction to Mike Pence setting that national example today of walking into a medical facility and violating their rule by not wearing that mask?
It reminds me of what happened in Brazil when President Jair Bolsonaro went to a protest and coughed. People are pretending they don't understand what's happening, but they know what they see. They know the disregard that's not only being shown for protocol, but for people. It is disingenuous to have someone say they are a leader when they refuse to actually take responsibility for the people they're in charge of. And the reality is that Mike Pence did that because he was trying to play to an audience of one, the man who has ruined our country at a moment where we needed his leadership the most. His predecessor, President Obama, Vice President Biden, and Ron Klain, who you had on the show, they understood that we had to build a global health security network. They built that network, and Donald Trump and Mike Pence broke it. And any amount of machismo, any attempts to prove that they are impervious simply goes further to tell America that they do not care about who we are and if we survive.